Hi everyone, this is McPick, the gamer musician, and today we are going to be playing a game that
Messenger.
I've been
Night
messing
Manager.
around
Trading.
with
John Kyung. Handy wrench. Player number sign.
for a while
205. Sound recognition. Button.
called
Double tap and hold to show more controls. Swipe up or down to select a custom action. Photography folder. Search. Page 2 of 2. Conversation. Games folder. 9
Called
apps. 1 new item.
Lost.
Opening games folder. Games. Harness games. Sunken Isles.
Sunken Isle.
Double tap to open.
Yeah.
Sunken Isles game overlay. Pushing up on the menu. Menu.
Okay.
Character.
I don't like how when I do this.
Menu. Character. Bottom.
Okay.
Character.
So
Menu.
I'll show you
Menu.
what this menu button is.
Menu.
We're going to look at
Sunken
the menu
Isles.
button first,
Selected. Place. Select chapter. Button.
which is not really much. There's select chapter,
Settings. Button. View tutorial. Settings. Button.
setting,
View tutorial. Button.
view tutorial.
Close drawer. Button. Close drawer. View tutorial. Settings. Button.
You know what? I don't think I've looked in
Messages.
here yet.
Now. Error. Menu. 82% battery. 82% battery. Delete all app data. Delete all app data. Delete all app data.
Oh,
Settings.
okay.
Menu. Menu. Setting. Delete all app data. Delete all. Setting. Menu. Menu. Settings.
I guess there's not really much in here.
Settings. Menu. Menu.
Okay.
Menu.
So you just hit the menu button to go back.
Play story. Select chapter. Button. Selected. Settings. View tutorial. Button.
View tutorial. We are going to
Selected.
look at
View
that
tutorial.
just for a
Play together on
second.
the play together. Audio required. Your choice is Matt. Audio required. Play together on the road. Play together on the audio required. Play together on the road.
Play together on the road.
Audio required.
Audio required.
Your choices matter. Rewind anytime. Your choices matter. Rewind anytime. Best with friends. Even the driver gets to play. Connect to a car, Bluetooth speaker, or turn up the volume so everyone can play. Actions have consequences, even across chapters of the same story. Jump back and remake any decision by choosing another. Done. Done. Menu.
I will show you guys
Menu.
that in a sec.
Character.
Well,
Bottom. The Sunken Isles. Chapter 3. Secret of the Island. The Sunken Isles. Bottom. Character. Menu. 80 SHA. Cellular. The character. Menu. Menu.
we are going to go to
Select settings. Button. Select chapter. Button.
that chapter.
Menu. Chapters. The Sunken Isles. Messenger. Chapter 1. The High Seas. The Sunken Isles. Chapter 1. The High Seas. Alert. Replay chapter. This will can't replay. Button.
And then
Menu.
I'm going to
Carrot. Bottom. The Sunken Isles. Chapter 1.
just have the automated
Speech off.
thing read it to you.
The deck sways underfoot as you take the last few steps up to the prow and look out at the wide blue ocean before you. The wind is cool and heavy with the scent of salt water as the ship cuts through the choppy waves below. Looking up once again, you idly scan the horizon. You've seen no other ships or land since leaving Montego Harbor 6 days ago, but according to Captain Marin, the ship should be passing near the Sunken Isles today or tomorrow. There's certainly a few people back home who would like to hear about that. You sense someone move up behind you. Turning your head, you see that cabin boy, Brat. Best to ignore him, or he'll start asking you about the academy again, or telling another story about scaring the more sensitive passengers with dead rats stolen from the ship's cat. You double-check the strap on the satchel at your side to be sure he won't try to sneak anything out of it. What's that there in the distance? That looks like land. Perhaps an island. Maybe two.
Okay, now you get to make
Speech on. Wait. Land ho.
choices.
What's that there in the distance? Land ho. Wait to be sure. Land ho. What's that there in the distance? Land ho. Speech off.
Do that. Land ho.
You shout, "Land ho!" as soon as you see the islands, one large and one just a tiny speck next to it.
And yes, it has its own.
The cabin boy
Audio
scurries
on-
to the
on it.
side as you turn and watch the tall, smartly dressed Captain Marin approach you, already extending her spyglass in the direction you point by the time she reaches your side. Peering through the telescoping glass tube, she murmurs, "Sunken Isles, all right. Making good time." She adjusts her gaze slightly, and suddenly, her face pales and she freezes in place. An instant later, she slams the spyglass shut against her hand and shouts back toward the crew, "Pirates." The captain takes one step toward the stern, then suddenly turns toward you and holds out the spyglass. "Sharp eyes you've got there. Give us a shout if you see more." You take the compact spyglass and stuff it into your satchel. Pirates. The Sunken Isles are rumored to be haunted by ancient spirits, but maybe those rumors stemmed from pirate activity. You should prepare for the worst. You turn from the prow and hurry across the deck toward your small berth where your belongings are. Around you, sailors are running to pull rigging and adjust the sails, shouting back and forth in their thick accents. You jump over a coil of rope on the deck and nearly lose your balance as the ship lurches. Recovering, you see one of the other passengers throw open the door ahead, and you slip through before it slams behind you. Inside, your eyes adjust slowly to the lamplight after the bright skies outside. The other passenger, dressed in a green merchant silks, is digging furiously through the chest beneath his bunk. You see your bunk across from it, with your small chest of traveling supplies beneath it. Leaning in the corner is a large two-handed sword. You still remember something of its use from your younger days. Its owner is nowhere to be seen.
Speech on. Inside, your eyes. Take the sword. Take the travel supplies. Take the sword. Take the sword.
You stride
Close
over
the
to
chest.
the huge sword and strap the shoulder harness into place, adjusting it a few times until it is comfortable. Hopefully you won't need this, but you can't be too careful. You decide to check your supplies. There's no telling what could happen. Inside the chest, you look over your travel supplies. You see a small pouch heavy with gold coins, your pewter drinking cup, a small silver knife, a ball of twine, and a thick treatise entitled Alchemical Solutions and Their Applications in Wartime. You mull over the contents of the chest.
Now, I am going to show you guys, I know what's going to happen, but I am going to show you guys, I think, what happens if you take too many items.
Take the pouch of gold. You mull over the take the pouch of gold. Take the pewter cup. Take the pouch of gold. Take the pouch of gold.
You tie the hefty gold pouch to your belt.
Take the twine. Take the silver knife. Take the pewter cup. Take the silver knife. Take the silver knife.
You put the small knife in a pouch in your belt.
Take the twine. Take the pewter cup. You put the small knife. Take the pewter. You put the take the book. Close the chest. Take the book. Take the twine. Take the pewter cup. Take the twine. Take the book. Take the twine. Take the pewter cup. Take the twine. Take the twine.
You put the thick ball of twine into your pocket.
Close the chest. Take the book. Take the pewter cup. Take the book. Take the book.
You take the book and place it in the satchel at your side.
Close the chest. Alert. Rewind. Are you sure you want cancel button?
Oh, man.
Close. Take the pewter. Close. 0% vertical. 0. Close the chest. Close
You
the chest.
close the chest and sit on your bunk
Speech
and
off.
take a few deep breaths. You're prepared. What comes will come. The merchant you followed in turns from his bunk and briefly makes eye contact, giving you a worried frown before stepping to the door and slipping out. When the door opens, you can hear the frantic shouts of sailors much more clearly. You realize you are biting your nails, so you lower your hand and take another deep breath.
Speech on. The merchant you followed in. Wait. See what's happening outside. Wait in the cabin. See what's happening outside. See what's happening outside. Wait in the cabin. Speech off.
Don't remember how I did this one, so I'm going to do it.
You decide to wait in the cabin. Your mind flits from topic to topic. Will the pirates catch up with us? What will they do with the crew? Or more importantly, the passengers? You even think briefly about your work at the academy, but that doesn't seem relevant now. After some time, you hear shouts from outside. You cannot contain your curiosity any longer. It's time to see what's happening. You stride to the door and throw it open, and are greeted by an unsettling scene on deck. The pirate ship veers alongside your ship's starboard side, and the battle-scarred marauders push down a large, sharp-hooked wooden platform that bites into your ship's deck. A dozen pirates gleefully swarm across the platform, shouting curses and making short work of sailors who try to resist. You watch, frozen in horror, as the pirates dispatch the few sailors and 2 passengers who resist them. The captain shouts for her crew to surrender, and you are soon corralled by foul-breathed, sneering privateers into a small circle with the other passengers. The pirates brandish sea-rusted cutlasses menacingly, hoping for an excuse to use them. The pirate captain swaggers across the wooden platform in an ostentatious red coat draping to his knees. He orders a plank extended and motions for Captain Marin to come forward.
Speech on. The pirate captain swag. Shout. Remain silent. Shout stop. Remain. Shout stop. Speech off.
You shout loudly, and the pirate captain waves angrily in your direction. A grinning pirate with a hooked nose and a black beard punches you across the temple with the handguard of his cutlass, barking out in laughter as you reel and fall heavily to the deck. You rise unsteadily, rubbing your head and vision swimming briefly as you look past the laughing pirate at the captain's. Your hand comes away red. The pirate captain exclaims his admiration for Marin's fine wool captain's hat. He removes his own, smaller hat and takes Marin's from her head and adjusts it over his thinning black hair. "How do I look? Much better on me, I should think," he gloats loudly above the grinning pirates, who whoop their approval. He shouts for all to hear. "Captain, I believe in a fair trade. I've taken your hat, so you should take mine." He tosses his old hat into the choppy waters and draws his cutlass. "I seem to have dropped it. Please, go and fetch it." The pirates erupt in further laughter as he swings his cutlass back and forth in the air, forcing Marin toward the plank.
Speech. Vertical scroll bar. Vertical. 0%. Adjustable. Watch silently. Shout in Marin's defense. Speech off.
Without thinking, you shout, "Are you too cowardly to face me first?" The pirate captain turns from Marin
brave, huh?
and points his cutlass at you angrily. "Bring that sorry, flea-ridden, scurvy-spreading, loud-barking dog to me." Three of his crew step up to restrain
And yes,
Marin
this is
as
a
two
pirate.
pirates grab
Yeah.
your arms and drag you to the captain. The pirates throw you to the deck in front of the captain, who throws his head back in laughter. "You think you can best me? Let's see what you've got." You rise to your feet, fear welling up in your throat. You haven't fought in ages, but it's too late to back down now.
The pirates throw you to bare your teeth to draw your two-handed sword. Bare your teeth. Draw your two-handed sword. Speech off.
So now we are going to fight the captain.
You take the enormous two-handed sword from your back and heft it in front of you. Let's see how much you remember. The pirate captain sneers and whips the cutlass back and forth in the air. You stride forward and swing your weapon, probing. The captain bats your sword aside, steel clanging on steel, then swings his cutlass up toward you in retaliation. You step back, narrowly avoiding the blow, then bring your sword swinging down toward him. He jumps back out of reach, then growls as he slashes his blade horizontally toward your face. You duck beneath it and take the opportunity to swing with all your might.
Actually,
Speech on.
I'm going to show you guys something.
The pirates throw you to the deck in menu, character, bottom. The Sunken Isles. Character,
I'm going to look at this.
character. Play story, back button, play story, character, heading,
We're going to look at the character menu.
satchel, character, satchel. You have these items in your satchel. Satchel. You have these items in your satchel. Gold pouch. 12-handed sword.
It shows you what you have in your pouch or satchel.
Spyglass. 12-handed spyglass.
This shows you what you have in your inventory.
Twine. Knife. Book. 0%. Adjustable. 0%. Book. Knife. Twine. Spyglass. Twine. Spyglass. Twine. Spyglass. Twine. Twop. Gold. You have sand. Carrot. Play story. Back
I was
button.
seeing what that
Play
said.
story. Back button. Menu.
Okay,
You sense someone move up behind. You sense someone move up behind you. Turning your head, you see the cabin boy Brat. Best to ignore him. 0%. Swing your two-handed sword. The pirate captain sneers and whips. Swing your two-handed sword. Speech off.
Your vision still swims from the blow to your head earlier, and your huge sword misses its target. Unfortunately, you're fully committed to the swing, and when it goes wide, the captain struts forward and batters your sword with his own. You weren't ready for the blow, and your sword clatters to the deck, your hand stinging. You look up in time to see his heavy black boots smash into your face, and you fall back heavily onto the deck.
ooh. Maybe we shouldn't have.
Speech on. Right. Your vision still swims from the blow to your head or rise to your feet. 0%. Rise to your feet. Speech off.
The pirates let you stand, but keep their hands on your shoulders. The pirate captain steps forward to spit on you before turning back to Marin, who is once again forced to the plank hanging out above the deep ocean. Captain Marin takes a single step onto the plank. The pirate captain shouts, "I almost forgot. A gift to the sharks must be properly prepared." He swings his cutlass savagely at Marin, cutting her across the back as she tries to jump off the plank and away from the cutlass. He throws his head back in laughter as she splashes into the salty blue water, doomed to the sharks.
Speech. Captain. Await your fate.
What?
Speech off.
There's only just await my fate.
The captain turns toward the crowd and singles you out, cutlass pointed at your heart. "This one next," he cries, and several pirates drag you forward to the plank. The captain steps behind you and pricks your back with the cutlass. You gingerly take your first step onto the plank. Looking out into the wide ocean, you can see the island you spotted earlier. It's now close enough to obviously be an island, but you doubt you could ever swim such a distance.
2 different ways you could die.
You feel sharp steel prick your back again, harder this time, and you take another step onto the plank, which begins to bend beneath your weight. You look down at the choppy waves beneath, and back over your shoulder, where the captain flashes his blackened teeth in a mirthless grin. The captain raises his cutlass to swing at your back, and you take another step forward, nearly losing your balance as the plank bends and creaks below. You hear the captain erupt into laughter behind you and feel him step onto the plank, ready to cut you down if you don't jump. It's now or never.
Speech on. You hear the captain leap from the plank. Try to dodge. Leap from the plank. Try to dodge. Try leap from the plank. You hear the captain erupt into. Try to dodge his blow. Speech off.
We're gonna do this one.
You try to duck down below where you think the captain will swing, but he has you at a massive disadvantage. You feel his cutlass cut deep into your back, and you lose your footing. The plank comes rushing up to meet your face, and you smack heavily into it before flipping backwards into the cold water below. You feel your strength drain from your wound as you try feebly to stay afloat, and soon all is lost to blackness in the depths.
So we die.
Speech on. You try to dodge. You have parent. You try to dodge. Leap from the plank. You hear leap from the plank.
We're gonna reset that.
Alert. Rewind. Button. Rewind. Button. Speech off.
Rewind.
You take one step forward and leap from the plank. The cold blue water comes rushing up at you, and you extend your hands to break the surface in front of you. You are suddenly enveloped in cold water. You open your eyes in the burning salt water and begin swimming away from the ship, staying beneath the surface, just in case. As you begin to run out of air, you realize you must soon surface.
I think we're gonna do the first chapter if you guys... We're gonna do the first chapter. If you guys would like me to do the other 2 chapters, there's 3 chapters in total. Yeah. If you guys would like me to do the other 2 chapters, or 1 or 2 chapters, then please comment below and I will do the other chapters. If you guys have any other game suggestions or anything, then please also leave those in the comments.
Speech on. Swim. You take one. Swim for 0%. Swim for the surface. Swim for the surface.
You try to swim for the surface, but you soon find you have too much weight. Something has to go. You're running out of air, so you think quickly about what to do next.
Speech on. Drop twine. Drop alchemical. Drop silver knife. Drop gold pouch. Drop silver knife. Drop. You're running out of air, so you drop twine. Drop twine.
You pull the soggy twine from your pocket and push it away into the salty water. You're running out of air, so you think quickly
drop silver
about
knife.
what to do next.
Drop spyglass. Swim for the surface. Drop alchemical treatise. Drop alchemical
You quickly
treatise.
unstrap your satchel, pull out the waterlogged book.
Drop silver.
let it
Drop
fall
gold.
from
You're
your
running out
hands.
of drop spot. Swim for the
You're running out of air.
Swim for the
So you
surface.
think quick.
Swim
you
for the
kick your
surface.
feet hard and swim upward to the surface, and you gasp for air as your head breaks free of the water. You look in every direction to get your bearings. The pair of ships is behind you, and you can see the pirates already forcing another victim onto the plank. Ahead, too far to swim, you see the island. You have no good options.
Actually,
Drop spyglass. Swim for the drop silver knife. Drop gold, drop, swim. Cast, swim back to the ships. You kick your feet hard and swim up. Swim for the surface. Drop spyglass. Swim. You kick your feet hard and swim upward to the surface. And you gasp for air as your head breaks free of the swim for drop spyglass. Drop silver knife. Drop gold pouch. You're running out of air. You quickly unstrap your satchel, pull out the waterlogged book, and let it fall from your hands. 0. Cast about for anything of use. Swim back to the ships. Cast about for anything of use.
I was going to show you guys what happened. Well, if you don't, well, as you would assume, if you don't release too much weight from yourself, you can also drown that way too, which... Let me actually quickly show you that one.
Swim, begin swimming. You're running out of air. So you drop gold pouch. You quickly unstrap your satchel. Swim for the surface. Drop spyglass. Drop alchemical treatise. Drop silver knife. Drop gold pouch. Drop silver knife. Drop gold pouch. You're running out of air. Drop gold pouch. Alert. Are you... Rewind. Button. Rewind.
You tear
Menu.
the heavy pouch of gold from your waist belt and drop it into the depths. You're running out of air, so you think
Drop spike,
quickly
drop out,
about
drop,
what
swim.
to do next.
Swim for the surface. Swim for the
Kick your
surface.
feet hard and swim upward to the surface, and you gasp for air
Oh.
as your head breaks free of the water.
Well,
You look in every direction to get your bearings.
Well,
The pair of ships is behind
You
you,
kick your-
and you can see the
Swim for the
pirates
drop spike,
already
drop
forcing
alchemic, drop
another
silver. You're
victim
running out
onto
of
the plank.
You tear
Ahead,
the heavy
too
pouch of
far
gold
to
from your waist
swim,
belt and drop it
you
into the
see
depths.
island.
81.
You have no good
Cast about for
options.
anything of use.
well, whatever. Either way, like I said, if you don't drop too much, obviously you'll drown. I've never been able to actually successfully leave with the book, so we're going to see how that works.
Cast about for anything of use. Cast about for anything of
Kick up
use.
in the water, trying to get high enough to see in the water around you. On your second attempt, you think you see some dark object disturbing the waves a short swim from here.
You kick up. Swim for the object. Swim for the island. Swim. You kick up and swim for the object. Swim for the object.
Kick off your water-heavy
You swim up
boots
to it and put your
begin
hands on the
swimming
slimy.
toward the object, praying that it is a large piece of driftwood, or even a capsized lifeboat. You pop your head above the surface occasionally to make sure you're swimming the right direction, and soon you arrive at the object. You swim up to it and put your hands on the slimy, smooth surface. It seems to be a closed, cylindrical tube cast from some dark metal, perhaps floating because it is hollow. The ends are rounded in half spheres, and there's enough slimy growth on it to suggest that it has been here for some time. You also see a single handle molded into the side. You've never seen a metal drum in this shape, but you have no time for
Messenger.
questions.
Now,
and you
night
grasp
manager.
the handle and heave your way to top it. It submerges beneath you, but your head is still above the surface, even as you heave up and down with the waves.
You swim up to it and put your inspect the object further. Swim for the island using the object. Inspect the object further. Speech off.
You grasp onto the handle and try to turn the object over in the water, but it is very difficult. You inspect both ends of the tube, but don't find any irregularities. You knock heavily to see if it is hollow. Suddenly, a yellow light shines out from beneath the object. You seem to have somehow activated it. You see one end of the tube open to reveal a hole, and water begins gushing from it. You grasp the handle tightly, and the tube begins moving toward the island.
Speech on. Hang on. Let go of the tube. Hang on to the tube. Hang on to the tube. Let go of the tube. Hang on to the tube. Speech off.
You hang onto the tube's handle with one hand. It's not moving very quickly, but it's moving you steadily toward the island. What is this thing? You're not sure if it just happens to be heading towards the island, or if it was built for such a purpose. Struggling briefly, you pull yourself a bit more onto the tube. This keeps your head mostly above water, only dipping beneath the occasional wave. You spend most of your concentration watching waves so you can hold your breath when your head will be dipped under. After each wave, you shake the water out of your eyes and try to glimpse if you're still headed toward the island. After some time, your hand begins to tire. You decide to do something about it.
Speech on. Struggling. After some time, switch. Rig something up. Rig something up. Speech off.
You think for a moment, then use your free hand to carefully tear a strip of cloth from your shirt. It takes a moment, but soon you have a nice long strip. You push one end around the handle next to your numbing hand and thread it through. You then grab the 2 loose ends in your free hand and release your grip on the handle. Using the strip of cloth, you now have enough space to grip with both hands. You continue your journey toward the island as the sky reddens with sunset. Your body is cold and you're becoming exhausted, but you have no choice but to hold on to the tube. Your hands are tiring again, and you begin to shiver from exposure to the cold water. Your body is stiff and aches all over, but you continue holding onto the tube as it pulls you through the water. Darkness falls, and you have to trust that the tube is pulling you in the right direction. You still see the yellow light from beneath the tube shining into the depths. The tube pulls you along. Looking up, you see stars in the sky. Observing them over time, you're sure you're going in the same direction. As you're staring into the heavens, another wave washes over you, and then you blink your eyes clear. Your arms are numb, and your eyes burn with salt. Without warning, the yellow light from the tube goes out, and you feel it lose all momentum.
Speech. As you're staring, knock on, peer into the darkness. 0%. Peer into the darkness. Speech off.
Yeah, as you can tell, this is a pirate adventure type game. Unfortunately, there is only 3 chapters of this thing, and it doesn't cost that much money as far as I remember, but you do have to pay for the game.
You look out into the darkness. Near the horizon, there's a gap in the stars. The island? You strain your ears and hear distant surf crashing against a beach. Elated, you call out your praises to the stars above.
Speech on. You look out into the dark. Abandon it. Push the tube toward shore. Push the tube toward shore. Speech off.
You grasp the tube's handle and kick steadily. Progress is slow, but you move toward the shore, warmed somewhat by the exertion. Your body aches with cold, but you're filled with determination and carry on kicking. Before long, the sound of crashing waves is all around you, and you can see silhouettes of trees occluding the stars. The tube crunches up against sand, and you slide from its side. You summon final reserves of strength to swim the last stretch where the surf rolls you onto a sandy beach. You stumble as you push against the wet sand, your body strangely unused to standing. You steady yourself with your hands and hobble up the beach until you reach dry sand, where you collapse into its warmth. You cover yourself loosely with armfuls of sand that still hold some of the day's warmth, and despite your sudden immense thirst, fall asleep in seconds. Despite everything, you're alive. Everything else can wait until tomorrow.
Speech on. You have completed this chapter of recap chapter choices.
So, that is the end
Continue in chapter 2.
of
0%.
that
Adjustable.
chapter.
Continue in chapter.
Again, if you guys like the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And again, like I said, if you want me to play the other 2 chapters, please let me know. And yeah, so
Sunken Isles.
we will
Closing games folder. 78%
see
battery
you
power.
guys
Not charging.
in the
Control center.
next
Power. Flashlight.
video.
Timer. Camera. But selected. Sound selected. Screen recording.
I will see you guys in the next
Double
video.
tap and hold to show more
Bye.
controls. Swipe up or